You've done everything right. You watched the tutorial, you bought the courses, you filled notebooks with notes and ideas. You're more knowledgeable than ever, but progress has stalled. In fact, you're probably going backwards with every new tutorial you watch. That's how I used to feel. That's because the entire self-improvement/learning industry is built on a lie. The lie that learning is the same as growing. And every day you spend trapped in that lie, you're not just wasting time, you're reinforcing the very thing keeping you stuck. I'm gonna prove to you why learning more is actively making you worse at the skills you actually want to master. But I'm not just gonna show you the problem, I'm gonna give you the solution. You need an action-first framework that bypasses your brain's need for endless preparation. And by the end of this video, you'll have the system to start getting better at any skill today. Let's talk about learning mode. You know the feeling. You've got a dozen bookmarked tutorials, your watch later on YouTube is full, you have notebooks filled with notes of stuff you're gonna do or ideas you have. It feels productive, it feels safe, it feels like you're making progress. But the truth is, every hour you spend in that mode is actively keeping you stuck at the skill you want to master. Because you're not just procrastinating, you're training your brain to escape the work. I used to do this constantly. I'd spend hours watching videos about a skill and convince myself I was improving, that I was working smart, when really I was just avoiding practice. And the cycle is simple. You hit friction, you feel that discomfort, and your brain seeks the easy dopamine hit of learning. It rewards you for avoiding the real work, but you can break that cycle with a simple pattern interrupt. The next time you feel the urge to open another tutorial, watch another video about your subject, I want you to do this. Set a 10-minute timer, just 10 minutes. Your only job is to attempt the one thing you're avoiding. Just work. Even if you don't have enough time for the skill to actually do it, doesn't matter. Just do something, mess around, play, have fun with the skill. Just practice. So you always know practice comes before learning. If you just do that, you break the escape pattern you're used to and take back control. But the 10-minute timer is a temporary fix for a much deeper problem. To truly rewire your brain for skill, you need to understand the fundamental difference between consuming information and building real skill. You need to understand where skill actually comes from. So you've broken out of more learning loop. You started taking small action, but to keep going, you need to understand the engine of all skill acquisition. Most people think skills come from learning more information. It doesn't. Skill is built through feedback, and feedback only happens when you take action. You try something, you make a mistake, you adjust, you try again. That's how skill is actually built. But most people avoid the process completely and wonder why they're not improving. You ever see that lunkhead who just muscles his way through the gym? In any sport, any skill, you always see the people who don't know nothing and they still outdo the guy who's always studying the skill. Why? Because practice is king. Real skill is built through one thing, a feedback loop. Action is the only thing that creates that loop. You try something, you get a result, usually a mistake, but mistake isn't failure, isn't something to run away from. It's data, and it's the most valuable data you can get because it shows you exactly what to fix next. A tutorial could tell you 1,000 things, work on this, work on that, but one real mistake reveals the one thing you must improve or something you don't understand. And that's why action beats endless learning every single time. But knowing you need a feedback loop is one thing. The fear of making those mistakes, of facing the data, is what keeps everyone trapped in learning mode forever. So how do you build a system that makes seeking that feedback feel easy and not this terrifying thing? So now that you understand the trap, learning feels productive, but action is what actually builds the skill. The problem is when it's finally time to practice, most people get overwhelmed. They don't know where to start, they don't know what to do, they don't know where they're lacking in, so they go back to what makes them feel safe, more learning. And most advice doesn't help. People say things like, just start, be consistent, but that's useless and doesn't help you when your brain is already overwhelmed. You don't need more motivation, you need a system simple enough that your brain stops resisting it. That's what the Action First framework is for. Step 1, pick one skill. This solves overwhelm. You're not trying to fix your whole life, just one skill. Step 2, do one thing. This solves perfectionism. Oh, I gotta do this and this and this. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to do one specific action for 30 minutes. For example, if you're learning ventriloquism, it could be, oh, I'm just training movement with my puppet, or I'm learning the alphabets without moving your lips. Step 3, find one weakness. This solves the fear of failure. You're not looking for everything you're bad at, just one specific point of friction. Maybe something you don't understand, maybe something, a fundamental you got to improve. Turn failure into a data point. Step 4, improve one thing. This builds momentum. You're not trying to master the skill. You're trying to fix the one weakness you have. Step 5, repeat. That's how confidence is actually built. Not through learning more, through collecting proof that you can actually improve. And you get that by doing action. This framework will get you taking action and building skill, but it does something even more important. It rewires your identity. It changes you from someone who learns about things to someone who actually does them. And the identity shift is the real key to unlocking unshakable long-term confidence in learning skills and also in life. So always remember that. Confidence always comes from action and proof. So the whole system comes down to this one shift. Stop trying to learn your way into confidence. Confidence isn't something you study, it's something you collect. It's evidence you gather from showing up, from taking action every day, even when it's messy, even if sometimes you're confused, even if you're like, when will I gain it? Ignore that, just do action. Every time you do action and get reps and get that feedback loop, you're not just practicing a skill, you're collecting proof that you're the kind of person who does things. Proof that you become somebody who becomes confident in yourself because you've shown up. And that's the whole game. I promise if you just do that, you'll gain the confidence and improve in any skill. I appreciate you for watching, and as always, until next time, Yulu out.